Greetings. Let's talk about the laws of attraction today. The law of attraction is the idea that we can bring into our lives what we truly want just by thinking about it and by feeling it and believing in it. It is as real as gravity. Just like when we drop something, it falls. Gravity does its job. Well, attraction is like that. It's always working. It's always pulling things towards us based on what we think, what we feel, and what we believe. It's something we might not realize, but it works around us all the time. Let's keep this in mind. Everything we do, everything we say, and even everything we think is like a boomerang. It's all coming back. So, the first law is a law we have heard in physics. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. It means that whatever energy we put out into the world will eventually come back to us. If we put kindness, generosity, and love, that will return to us. And on the other hand, if we put out negativity, anger, that's what come back to us. It's like tossing a ball against a wall. Whatever force we use, that's the force it comes back to us. We are constantly creating the world we live in, even when we don't realize it. It's like the famous line from the movie Om Shanti Om by Shah Rukh Khan.
कहते हैं अगर किसी चीज को दिल से चाहो तो पूरी कायनात उसे तुमसे मिलाने की कोशिश में लग जाती है.
The idea behind, if you really desire something from the heart, then the whole universe works towards helping you achieve it. It is a beautiful expression of the law of attraction from the movie Om Shanti Om by Shah Rukh Khan. When we deeply want something that aligns with our trust, desires, we don't just sit back and wait for it to fall into our laps. The desire becomes a focus, the desire becomes a drive, the desire becomes an energy that shapes our thoughts and actions. And when our thoughts and actions are aligned, we naturally start taking steps towards that goal. It may feel like doors begin to open, opportunities start appearing, and we encounter the right people at the right time. This is not magic. This is the law of attraction in action. Have you ever noticed that when you are in a peaceful state, good things seem to come in your way? It is not a coincidence. It is because we are turned into that source and life starts to support us in unexpected ways. Let's think about the power of intention. Before we do anything, we have an intention behind it, whether we realize it or not. And that intention is what determines the result. We start to realize just how much control we have over our own lives. It's like planting seeds. If you plant seeds of positivity, good things will grow. If you plant the seeds of negativity, well, we know what that brings. We are always in control of the energy we put out. If we want better things in life, we need to get clear about what we are putting out into this world. Our desires, when held with a clear intention, act like a magnet. The thoughts we consistently nurture send out energy, and this energy interacts with the world around us. We attract people, we attract situations, and we attract circumstances that resonate with that energy. For instance, when we desire love, we start radiating that energy and people respond to it. When we desire success, we naturally attract opportunities that lead us towards it. It is not just about wishing for them, it's about staying with those thoughts, really believing in them and doing the work to bring them to life. Imagine planting a seed. We don't just drop it into the soil and expect it to grow overnight. We water it, give it sunlight, and most importantly, we give it time. The same goes for our dreams. We need to be patient with ourselves. Often we get frustrated when things don't happen fast enough. But quick changes are not always good. Sometimes they can even cause more harm than good. So, when we set our minds on something important, we need to stay with it, cultivate it, and give it time to grow. Now, what makes the law of attraction powerful is how we align our thoughts and feelings. We start by thinking about what we want. But more than that, we need to feel it deeply, and if it is already part of our lives. This is not just daydreaming, it is about truly believing that what we want is possible, feeling it in our hearts, and visualizing it as if it is already happening. That's the first step. But we can't stop there. We need to take action. It's not enough to just think about it and hope. We have to work for it. We have to work for it patiently and with dedication. The heart plays a big role here. When we send out our thoughts and desires with the pure intention from the heart, it's like we are sending our magnet that pulls what we want from this universe. There will be times when doubts creep in. We may not see any progress and it can be hard to keep going. But just because we don't see something doesn't mean it's not happening. Sometimes the most important growth happens beneath the surface, just like the seed we planted. So, if there is something you really want in life, stay with it. Cultivate it in your mind and in your heart, and don't give up just because it takes time. The law of attraction is not magic, but it works with the effort we put in. And always remember, our thoughts, feelings, and actions, they must all be in harmony. When we are in tune with ourselves, when we truly believe in what we want, the universe has a way of pulling things towards us. It may not happen overnight, but if we stay committed and true to ourselves, we will get there. What do you think? Are we ready to trust the process and keep moving forward? We tend to see the world around us based on what we carry in our hearts. It is as if the world mirrors how we feel about ourselves. When we are filled with negativity, we notice all the negative things around us. But when we are in a positive mindset, everything seems brighter, right? It's not just a coincidence. The energy we put out is the energy we attract. It's not some mystical force, it's just the way your mind works. Have you ever noticed how when we are happy, we keep finding more reasons to stay happy? But when we are sad or frustrated, everything seems to go wrong and we spiral into negativity. It's like a loop, a positive loop, or it may be a negative loop. We have the power to break that cycle. We just need to be conscious of it. Think about it. We can choose to shift our mindset. Yes, it takes practice. So let's practice this. Every morning, let's remind ourselves that we are enough. Let's stop waiting for some future version of ourselves to be worthy of success, love, or happiness. We are worthy right now. Let's start appreciating who we are, flaws and all. When we do that, we begin to see the world differently. We notice opportunities, we attract the right people, and we find ourselves in situations that help us grow. It's all about feeling deserving of the good things in life. Sometimes we block our own blessings because deep down we don't believe we deserve them. But we do. Each one of us does. We just need to stop holding ourselves back. We need to allow ourselves to be happy, to be successful, to be loved. And that starts with us, with how we think, how we feel, and what we believe about ourselves. The law of attraction is simple. We attract what we are. So let's be the best version of ourselves right now. Not tomorrow, not when we have reached a certain milestones, but today. Let's start loving ourselves, appreciating what we have, and believing that we are already on the path to everything we want. So, what are we waiting for? Let's embrace the power we have already inside us and watch how everything else falls into place. Let's take this further. Let's say we see ourselves achieving something big. Maybe it's something others think is impossible. We know the feeling. We know the feeling when people doubt us. They might think, this person talking nonsense, they won't do what they say. But we have got the power within us to prove them wrong.